we've taken a look at my favourite X-Men, how about you, sir?
Okay, well, look, as we've said, there's a lot of them out. There's a lot of variables to look at here. You've got a constantly changing roster. You've got new faces coming in all the time. You've got those splinter groups, your X-Force, X-Factor, Generation X. And then you've got to consider, the Rogues Gallery, all these bad guys. You've got the Hellfire Club. You've got the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
Yeah,
You've
it's
got to
really beginning to sound like you're stalling for time because you haven't picked your favourites.
Stalling for time. You know what? If I was stalling for time, you wouldn't know that I was stalling for time because it wouldn't seem like I was stalling. There wouldn't be...
Pick them.
Okay. So if I've got to pick one right now... Yep,
right now.
Okay, then I'm going to have to go with one of the old guard. Dr. Hank McCoy, also known as Beast. Along with Marvel Girl, Cyclops, Iceman, and Angel, Beast was in the first X-Men team, and although he possessed great strength and agility, his true power was always his intellect.
Very true. Hank has always been one of the more tragic figures in the X-Men. A genius trapped inside the body of a beast, forever at odds with his own nature.
Absolutely, even more so when you consider that the secondary mutation that causes his blue fur and animalistic couture was actually caused by his own research. Where other X-Men might change their costumes, Beast keeps changing his face, which causes him a lot of anguish, wondering whether he'll end up devolving into some kind of mindless monster.
But from his work on the Legacy Virus to his time being an Avenger, Hank has had a pretty impressive career. Good choice for number one.
Thank you.
Who is number two?
Number two?
Yes.
Gotta be Remy LeBeau.
That's silver-tongued Cajun.
Yep. Gambit has been one of my favourites since I was a kid. He's just so smooth and so cool, and despite having a pretty straightforward mutant power, being able to project energy into things so they become explosives, he comes up with the coolest possible way of using it. Exploding playing cards. Now that's just awesome.
That's when he's not swinging around a bow staff and being the coolest guy to do so since, Donatello.
Yeah. So I guess if we boil it down, what we're saying is that he's cool.
Yeah.
But he's so much more than that. He's got this dark past. He's got more secrets than you could shake a kinetically charged Ace of Spades at. He's a flawed guy who's just struggling to find his redemption. And he's going to stumble more often than not, but that just makes him more engaging to me.
I cannot fault you on your choices. Both very cool men of X indeed. Now, both of them have also appeared in the movie, so how do their screen versions stand up, hey?
Well, we've had both Kelsey Grammer and Nicholas Hoult both playing Beast in different movies, and honestly, until Days of Future Past, I really preferred Grammer's performance. It was much more classic and, the Hank that I knew. But in Days of Future Past, Hoult has really lifted his game, and there's really a lot more going on, so I've been digging what he's been doing too.
And how about the guy who played Gambit in the first Wolverine film, Taylor Kitsch?
I wish I could tell you, but I can't really remember. I saw that film about 4 years ago. I saw it once. Nothing about it has stayed with me. So look, at the very least, he wasn't good enough to stick in my memory.
And now with the latest casting news with Channing Tatum taking over the role, which personally I think is a really bad idea.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled by it myself.
No.
Doesn't seem like good casting.
No.
But it could be worse. I mean, it could be, I don't know, Hayden Christensen or somebody. So be positive.
Be positive indeed. So that's ours two ex-persons of choice. What about you guys? Let us know. And what do you think? Who would make a good Gambit?
Gosling. Ryan Gosling.